Welcome to the Old Stoney's podcast right here on Canacast 420, live from the TalkCast PDX studios here in beautiful Portland, Oregon. Myself, Justin McDonald, along with Matt Crissione. How you doing, Matt?
Hey, we're doing good over here, guys.
Oh, yeah? What are you smoking? Are you smoking something?
Not anything quite yet. I was, what was I smoking on last night? We had some of the Lion's Gold from Lucky Lion, and that was, it's their version of GG4. It was really nice.
Excellent, excellent. Well, joining us today on the program is a guy who we tried to get on our program when we used to do it live from the Northwest Cannabis Club. He eluded us. He came and hung out a couple times, but we never got him on the show, actually. But now we're going to have him on the show because he's got some clout around Oregon's finest now. Ladies and gentlemen, we present Big Smoke in the house.
Hi. No, it's nice to be here. It's nice we finally got this to work out.
Yeah, we've been trying to sneak you in for a while, and now we got you. But we were going to do some stuff later on, too. We're going to do some gaming stuff with you, Big Smoke, and some other fun stuff we're going to have. And we look forward to having you a part of that.
Yeah, no, that'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
So before we get started, tell people your real name.
My name's Brendan, and I've been in the cannabis industry for like 4.5 years now.
Yeah.
Been at Oregon's finest over here on the east side, and right now I'm personally smoking on some Scooby snacks from Doghouse. That's what I got in my house going on right now. But we've also been getting some pretty good stuff from Loud. Their cake mints, especially. If you guys have a chance to try that out, I recommend it, certainly.
Yeah, that farm has really popped up. I know they've been around for a little while, but I've really seen their stuff popping up, and I've been picking it up here and there, trying different things from them, and it is good. It's fantastic. I don't have any complaints whatsoever. Matt, have you tried anything from Loud?
I have a little bit, and it's really cool. Like you said, the guys have been around for a little bit, but they either figured something out because their farm has just been popping lately. They've been putting out some really, really good quality flower.
Yeah, it's just kicking like completely.
Yeah. I'll have to talk to those cats too. I want to see what they're doing.
But Brandon, Big Smoke, you say cake mints was the one that you were recommending?
It was I believe cake mints.
Something like that.
Yeah, cake mints. Sorry, we had cake mints and sure mints from them, so I was getting them switched. But yes, cake mints from them is a really nice one that they were doing. It's like a nice indica hybrid, but it was super sweet. That was the very first one we got from them, actually.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So you guys have been buying from them for a while now, right?
I mean, it's only probably been about a month that they kind of showed up out of nowhere. I mean, I know the folks that run it have been around in the industry for quite a while, and a lot of people know them. So, but yeah, no, that was the very first thing we got on from them, and we blew through it here at the store. And they're actually, I think they're out right now. But I was talking, we had some of them in for a vendor day the other day, and they were definitely I think they had a batch getting ready to come up for that as well. So
I was talking to MyG from Indemex Records. I don't know if you know MyG, but he talks pretty highly of Loud. So I was like, okay, the OGs are throwing it out there. I got to get on the game, right?
Yeah, no, it's cool because farms. There's so many farms, and they all so many people pop up all the time, and so it's always I'm always trying to try new stuff, but it's kind of rare to have somebody like pop up and then like come in pretty hard with some like really high quality stuff, like right off the bat, like the first time we're getting it from and stuff. So we've been excited about that. We have some of their Mac 1 on the shelf right now, and that's also really nice.
That's got to be the fun part of doing that intake managing part of what you guys do over there. Because I know you and Justin have done both the same thing. Just to see something come out of left field and just completely blow you away, like, holy shit, I got to get this on my shelves right now.
Yeah, because I mean, definitely, like, it's hard to grow like really good weed. Like it's not the easiest thing to do, but a lot of things that come across like my desk are. It's weed. There's nothing wrong with it. The people, they're nice people. They have a good company, but it doesn't stand out from just being just like more weed. And so it's cool to have something come along that's actually like really fire that, especially kind of out of nowhere,
I was always told Oregon's finest is like Harvard. There's there's only 2 or 3 slots, but everybody wants to get on the shelf.
That's true. That's true. And one thing I found, as the new vendor guy there for a while, when you get weed, you get lots of weed samples and things to look through, and I always went with the smell test, man. If I could smell it before grinding it, like into a joint or something, like if it doesn't have any smell, but then you had to crack it open to smell it, that to me that was always a sign that I probably don't want to smoke that. Because if I can smell it before I even get it open, then I know it's pure gas. I know what we're looking for, the standard that you want.
Yeah, right. As long as if you don't have to open the bag, it's good to go.
Right. Or if you turn the jar upside down and nothing falls out.
Moves.
Yeah, I did that a few times as my little parlor trick, my little Blizzard DQ trick at OF.
Yeah, we like when we were getting that Ice Queen from Deep Creek. That was the one that was always like sticking.
Oh, yeah.
That's everything Deep Creek does is really nice. I really like them.
Was that the peanut butter breath did it too, and also from Left Coast Farms.
Left Coast Cookie Lemon Kush, yeah.
And
the Cookie Lemon Kush was amazing.
Yeah, and Green Bodie. I remember the GG4 that back in the early 2016 we'd get from Green Bodie, and you put it in the jar, and it just wouldn't fall out. You had to like physically remove the buds; they were so sticky. Good times. Green Bodie. There you go, John Pace. Wink, wink. Shout out to you. Let's see, Big Smoke. You've been lots of different positions at Oregon's Finest. What's your position nowadays?
Now I'm the store manager over at our Lloyd Center location.
It's nice. Well deserved, my friend. Well deserved.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But yeah, no, I've had the opportunity to kind of work my way up through the ranks here, and that's been really cool. I think it really helps to have done all the jobs of the people you are now managing to kind of more understand what the day-to-day requirements are, and what pressures people feel and all that kind of stuff, because it's it's always difficult to come in not knowing,
right.
And
absolutely,
I've been in positions where I've had managers who have come in different jobs, and it's like, okay, what do you do? It's like, great. So no, it's been a great opportunity here, and it's been nice to kind of get to do a little bit of everything. I've gained a lot of knowledge about this industry and the workings of cannabis in general and the Oregon cannabis industry and all that. So it's been a really cool experience. Not
to mention learning that business side of things too.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely the business side of things, because so much of it, it's just business is business. It's universal between cannabis or selling T-shirts or something. There's all the normal stuff you got to do that's not fun, but somebody's got to count inventory. So
that's it. If you had an acceptance speech for getting the position, you could say a lot of trees gave their lives to get you to where you are. That type of thing. Now, Matt, you've worked in a few different positions too. It's not always easy.
No, it's difficult to change hats, I guess. Cannabis is cannabis, but there's always going to be, from being a oil producer to a hash producer to even just working retail, there's always going to be a lot of differences. Sometimes when you're working in this industry, you got to deal with investors that maybe don't have the plant's best interests in mind, and they tend to just want to focus on profits. It can be very difficult. But that's amazing. I wanted to ask Smoke, how'd you get your start in this industry? Did you start at Oregon's Finest?
I actually did. I had just finished up at PCC here, and finished up my associate's degree. And I was kind of looking for something new. I'd previously worked with a company that manufactured sprinkler control units that were like EPA certified to save water. It was kind of odd. It was just some people I knew. I got involved with it, and they're like, cool. And it was a smaller company, so it was really nice because I got to do chance to do some things that were I was not qualified for, but they couldn't afford to pay somebody who was qualified to do it. So I got to pick up a lot of interesting skills there.
Yeah, we got this kid out of college. Let's hire him.
Ooh, me.
Unfortunately, right around when I was getting out of college, that company unfortunately went under, and I was looking for something new to do. And I liked doing that, and it was cool, but it wasn't really something that I didn't like seek them out. It wasn't something I was passionate about. I had like a good opportunity, and it was with a lot of nice people. Don't get me wrong, but my mom was always like, "Oh, one day, you'll find something that you really like to do, and you'll do it." And I don't think she thought it was going to be weed. I don't think she saw that one coming. But yeah, I was really interested in it, and I was living over at Portland State at the time, and I used to go to that shop Zion that's over there right by Portland State. And I kind of chatted with some of the people there because I was kind of a regular, and I was like, what's it like, working in the industry and stuff. And they, they all seemed like they're like, oh yeah, it's super cool job. It's kind of hard to find like a good place. Everybody wants to be doing this right now. Because this was like 2016, started 2016 around there. Yeah. And yeah, I kind of just was like, well, I mean, I know about weed. Well, let me put it this way. I thought I knew about weed then. Right. I was a qualified stoner at that point. But yeah, so I applied around at a bunch of places, and people in this industry, I mean any industry, but especially this year, are terrible about calling you back about interviews, or even if they, anything. And Oregon's Finest, one of the few people that hit me up. I had shopped here previously. It was like when I wanted something like nice, it was a little out of my price range, like a college student and stuff most of the time.
Right.
Especially like when it was like the medical only days and stuff like that. I had a lot of friends who shopped at the Pearl location, and so I always knew it was a really cool store, and I wanted to be where like the good weed was, and so yeah, I
who doesn't want to be where the good weed is, man?
To be honest, this place is kind of my long shot. I was like, well, I'm sure they want somebody who like is already experienced with all this, but they were hiring, and yeah, I was pretty ecstatic when they called me back about that. And that was middle or end of 2016, and been doing this ever since in a variety of positions. Start off as a bud tender, and then became a supervisor, and then did intake, and now I'm doing the store manager thing. So it's been
awesome,
I remember you being awarded, top sales a few different times. That was always kind of cool. Little competition going on between bud tenders, if you will, or what do we call them? We don't call them bud tenders.
Grower reps.
Grower reps.
Yeah,
grower reps.
No, that was always a fun time. It's been we've been doing all right, but it's been a bit of a boring year with the whole COVID thing, and we're right across street from the convention center, and there's no convention. So
I was just going to ask you, the neighborhood that the MLK store is in has gone through quite a transformation over the last year. You've had a new hotel go up, and then you have some more apartments, and then some businesses leave, close down, shut down. The convention center, of course, pretty much a moot point because of the pandemic.
Ghost town down there.
The ghost town area. How was the foot traffic? Did you still see some foot traffic? Were people still coming to the shop, or was it mostly? I know in the first early days of the pandemic, people, you guys were delivering and curbside. What's going on now, and how did that change the business workings inside?
Yeah, it was definitely I mean, by the middle of last year, we had gotten used to it. In the beginning, it's definitely like, I mean, for all of us, it was like uncharted territory no matter what you did.
Right.
I mean, like, it definitely did turn this neighborhood into kind of a ghost town as far as like walking traffic and stuff originally. Now though, Kaiser is doing vaccines at the convention center. And so certain days there is a lot of like foot traffic in the neighborhood. There are still a good number of our regulars who live in the neighborhood who still walk by. But everybody, all of the other people who came through because like they were working in office here, a lot of people are still like not back in the office yet, or just like the general like convention, like tourist traffic. I'd say our business has shifted a lot more towards local people, just because obviously, there's no tourism to be had pretty much anywhere right now.
Yeah.
Right. Or Blazer games or any of that stuff. Yeah.
Games, right, that kind of stuff. But since things have loosened up a little bit and the weather's gotten nicer, we've definitely seen an uptick in like in the walking traffic in the neighborhood, and there's more people. It seems like back at work in the neighborhood, just even over the last like month or so since we get a little nicer out. So that's been really nice. We still do a pretty decent number of deliveries every day. That's been a pretty cool service for us. It was something we wanted to get involved in for quite a while, but COVID was kind of like the extra push we needed to kind of start doing it on the regular. But
It's almost
Yeah,
like
that's
a perfect job, a weed delivery guy. You know?
right. It's like, I always joke it's coming full circle now. We've gone to the point where the weed man's just coming back to your house. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't have to go to the weed guy anymore. He comes to me.
I tell you, if you guys ever want to have an interesting experience, go check out Oregon's Finest during Comic-Con when that gets all started back up. You get some
yeah.
pretty interesting characters floating through there, I'm sure.
That's
Yeah,
my
it's
favorite.
fun. I mean, I do enjoy the conventions here. It's really fun to be, especially because we get tourism or people can come into conventions from all over the U.S. and all over the world. We get to be a lot of people's first experience with like legal cannabis, or
Exactly.
some people's first experience with cannabis at all. And so it is really cool because you get like, people that are, you know, grown adults, and they get like that kid in the candy store kind of like look on their face when they come in. And it's really cool to just show them around. People are so excited about it. And so we're, obviously we want people to like, be like safe and not, get
Yeah.
COVID and stuff. But as soon as we're really excited to start to have more people coming through and visiting us from all over, because it was really cool to get to meet people and give them that experience with cannabis.
Yeah. Hey, yeah,
Awesome.
speaking of COVID, you guys also opened up a new location in the Pearl. I'm sure that was an interesting experience.
Yeah, I believe the technical like grand opening is 420, but we've been moved up there for about 3 weeks now. It's just a
Nice.
block up the road from our old location. It's just right behind the REI now.
It's like a
But
half a block.
it's a super cool spot. It was nice to like, we people did the build out on these stores a while ago, and it was a brand new industry, so there wasn't like you can build them the way you think customers are going to interact with your store or whatever,
Exactly.
or how you think things are going to work. But it's nice to be able to take that kind of experience, how things actually work, and put it in there. So our Pearl store does see a lot more foot traffic, and there's a lot of people in the neighborhood. So it's got a pretty cool setup, kind of keep people moving through there at a good
It
pace.
is pretty cool.
A good view of all the product. And until this COVID thing's over, it has a very nice divider between like the customers and the employees. So, both parties can feel like, they're in a shopping in a safe environment. But it's very much designed so that once we don't need that anymore, we can kind of take it down, and it'll be a little bit more interaction with the customer as well.
The one
That's
thing I
great.
noticed,
Good to be adaptable.
yeah,
It's good to be adaptable.
the one thing I noticed, Big Smoke, I stopped by to see our good friend Chris, old Hambone over there.
Mhm.
And I'd like to stop by and just say hi. I also wanted to chat with Selena a little bit and say hi. And the new store is so cool over there because I looked at all the little details. I look for the little details, and I feel like the guys, they always throw these little details in, like the iron gating to keep the criminals out looks like pot leaves.
Yeah, that
It's
was pretty
freaking
cool.
cool.
Yeah, everybody was super psyched when we found out about that. People, it's a pretty cool, both
But
functional and
it's
it
always
can.
the little details with Oregon's Finest. So whether it's the handicap spot in the parking lot with the wheelchair guy holding the bong, or it's the iron gating that looked like cannabis leaves. It's just all those little things that always just makes me feel good when I go there. Because I
Yeah,
know they're thinking about it.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it's about. I mean, like the basic premise is like
And the weeds
sell
always
weed.
fire. So
That's not like making a shop to sell weeds not hard, but it's like finding out the little things that kind of set it apart from everybody else. So I remember, like, I'm sure you guys too, when you go into a dispensary and it's just like very clinical with like white walls, and there's like a small window or something, and there's just like a gate on the door. You gotta like buzz in there, like so it's really cool to see it come to the point where you can actually get the stores have like that kind of character to them.
Yeah. And like you said, anyone can grow shitty weed. Pretty much anyone can have a really shitty dispensary. So it's always a pleasure when you can find something that's a little bit of a diamond in the rough.
It's good stuff. What do you guys have planned for 420? Anything big planned? Anything crazy? I know the pandemic probably still puts a little kibosh on things.
Yeah, we're kind of torn. It's really hard to predict like what kind of traffic we're going to receive. We're planning on a lot of delivery and stuff. I know we're doing just some classic like 4 for 20 deals on a lot of our edibles and like joints and stuff, so people get some savings. I believe on 420, we're doing like if you spend, I believe it's $100 or more on wallflower, you can get a pretty good deal on that. I believe it's 30% off. I'll have to double check on that.
Damn.
On that one.
Wow.
But Yeah,
Wow.
no, we wanted to take an opportunity. We have a lot of stuff on deals as well. We do like $15 eights that are already packaged up and stuff for folks that aren't looking to spend like $40 or $50. So we were trying to give people an opportunity for like folks who maybe normally purchase that to like give them an opportunity to try some of our wallflower from all of our different farms. Um,
Love that.
just because we have a lot of customers who like they're regulars, but they haven't really ever tried some of the stuff on the wall just because it is definitely a pricier store. And so I
Mhm.
just want to give people the opportunity to try some new stuff.
One thing I noticed on the menu when I stopped by the Pearl location, I think it was yesterday, I stopped by to say hi to Selena and Chris, uh, was that there was some shake packs on the menu, but it was like top notch, like from Fatso, some Fatso, but I know there's buds in there too. I know it's but that's like perfect for my vaporizer. You know what I mean? Because I love buying really nice flour and everything, but I hate having to grind it all up to put it in my vaporizer because it's so pretty looking. I can buy it already ready to go. It's kind of nice, you know?
Yeah, no, we like offering like that's just gonna be like the end of our jar, the end of our back stock and stuff. It's not stuff that
Yeah.
would be like up to our like aesthetic quality to sell, but it's still
Mhm.
like it's the same weed. It's still like a nice quality product, and so that's nice too because for stuff like vapes or again for people who are trying to like try something that maybe normally low their price range because very rarely.
Edibles are good for that too.
Oh yeah, yeah,
They turn
you
that
know.
stuff into edible butter or
I
can of
didn't think
butter.
about
That's the way to
that.
go.
Totally forgot about that, Matt. Good point.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Damn, I like it when you remind me ways I can get high. That's good.
Right now we have a few people who are we've been doing the medical half pound sales for like med patients as
Yeah.
well. We have a few people who have been showing us pictures of all like the butter and stuff they've been making, and
Mm,
somebody made a birthday cake a couple of weeks ago for like somebody in their family and infused it and stuff. So,
Nice.
beautiful. Um, let's see. How much time you got left, Big Smoke?
like probably 10 minutes or so.
All right. Well, we don't have to go quite that long, but we can chat just a little bit more. Now, what's next, do you think? Once we get out of this pandemic, do you think you're going to get people back on the floor to come in and shop, or is it going to continue to be kind of like it is? What's the plan?
Well, our location here in the Lloyd district, we're actually going to be moving later this year as well.
Oh,
Just like a
Oh,
block, again, like just 2 blocks down the street. Um, uh,
wow.
Down by where the Dutch Brothers is on the corner.
Okay.
right.
Um, there is it used to be like a daycare that unfortunately for them went under because it was for like all the kids of people who were working who now work from home kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's really nice because we like the location because it was like that before. There's
Wow.
a completely open floor plan, so we can kind of do whatever we'd like with the inside. And
Yeah.
so it's going to be a similar kind of idea to the new Pearl. They definitely kind of want to make them kind of like matching aesthetically, but with a little bit
I see.
more space on the customer side. We're going to have focus a little bit more on some of our other like branded apparel and other stuff. Because we have with the tourist customers, a lot of people want something they can bring back, and since they can't legally bring any cannabis out of the state of Oregon,
Hmm.
um, people really like we do really well with our shirts and our hoodies and our hats. People like want like a souvenir they can bring back from a dispensary in Oregon that's like not too weedy. So
Yeah.
so yeah, no, I'm excited to see how that new location is going to shape up. We're kind of just
And how long is that going to be? When's that going to be?
I believe we're still working on it tentatively like around August, beginning in the middle of August, I believe is when the plan is right now. But
Because the
we're
location
still,
you're in now is the old Onzen's, the Asian market that was there for
yep,
like 60 years.
Yep.
yep.
And I remember when we were working all there together. I mean, there were still days where it smelled like fish from the back rooms. Uh,
You know,
when you're,
somehow, luckily, we have moved past that phase here.
yeah,
But
good. That's
I do
funny.
remember that.
So, a new location coming hopefully in August. That's amazing. I had no idea, but at least it's close to the current location.
Right. You heard it here first.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hope you didn't. I hope you won't get in trouble for divulging secrets.
That would be horrible.
That would be terrible. I'd have to go to bat for you for sure. Well, I think we've kind of reached the end of our interview for this week. Big Smoke, we love having you on the show, and we look forward to having you on other programs as well, and doing some fun things. And um, I'm going to put it out there. I recently talked to one of your bosses about bringing back the rolling review.
That was fun.
I have some friends. I'm still friends with the folks that own the Potlandia tour van. So
Well, I saw that the other day. You driving around, yeah.
that's right. And so you can probably see me and Matt on that in the next 6 months. That's coming down.
Nice.
So
Oh, now I'm
that's cool.
excited.
That was always a cool concept. That was fun when we did that a couple of years ago.
yeah, well, I think we're gonna make it just an OF thing. And do a little branding, and that way we can promote the weed on your shelves, and give people a little runaround tour of the town, guests that we're gonna have on, and we'll do the standard bud tender panel and all that other good stuff. There's another program too. I know we're reckon I don't want to divulge everything, but we got another program coming that's just gonna be with bud tenders. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Grower reps. And the show is called Tending Bud. And, it's pretty simple and straightforward, but it'll be like a weekly roundtable of bud tenders talking about different things happening in the cannabis industry.
Cool.
Look forward to that too. But Big Smoke, always a pleasure. We thank you so much for coming on the Old Stoney's podcast.
Yeah,
And
thank you for having me.
hopefully
Good seeing you,
you
buddy.
still have time to eat some lunch or whatever.
I ate a sandwich real quick before I started this. Don't worry about it.
There you go.
Always gotta be prepared.
Like Big Smoke, he was always prepared. That's what I like about you. So we thank you again, of course, for coming on the show, and hopefully we'll have you on again real soon.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
Take it easy, bud.
For sure, you guys too.
All right. Thank you, Big Smoke. And for Matt Crisione, I am Justin McDonald saying join us again next time on the Old Stoney's podcast. And until then, keep on smoking and peace.